Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon here, and welcome back, you guys, to another Pokemon Team Builder. Today is the start of a brand new sort of side series that I'm going to be doing with the Team Builders. If some of you remember, we've been doing, or in the past, I've done some Pokemon Team rebuilders with certain gym leaders and Elite Four members. So we did Bertha and we did Karen. What I'm going to do to mix things up and give you guys separate videos for the rebuilders of how I would change their teams in-game, and then also give you a separate video for the team builder of a team that you guys can actually use in-game. Now today is from the thumbnail, from the title, we are running through Roxanne. I thought where better to start than the first gym leader in my favourite generation of Generation 3, so naturally this is going to be a mono rock team. But of course, quick disclaimer, this opinion based. If you would change anything about this team, it's going to be your playthrough using the rock types. If you want to add in some ground types, some steel types, maybe just some more variety based around Roxanne, then by all means go ahead and do so. This is just a mono rock team that I thought would be fun to play through the game. And also a reminder, of course, none of the starters in the game are actually rock, so when playing through this run I would use the universal randomizer to edit my ROM to give myself the starter or the first form of the starter, but we'll get more into that as we go. Without further ado, let's get into this. The first team member we have is going to be Golem. As part of the Universal Randomizer, I would make Golem our starter simply because to be able to actually beat Roxanne, the first gym leader, going through Hoenn, you actually learn Magnitude around level 14, 15 I would say, which is around her nose passes level anyway, so being at that level would be really nice. And another aspect of the Universal Randomizer that you guys can do is that you can remove trade evolutions. So I am actually going to be allowing trade evolutions within this series. I may still not do version exclusives though, or then again, with the Universal Randomizer, if it's a version exclusive and it's one, I might make it the starter, and so on and so forth. Just keep an open mind about this team. Like it's a side series to the normal team builders that we do. It's experimenting and see just different things that we can throw through the game. So Adamant Nature Golem hits extremely hard, base 110 physical attack. Don't be worrying about that special attack, we're not going to be using it. In terms of rock type moves, it really doesn't get much. I've actually gone with Rock Blast. There'll be other hard hitting rock types. This is more the ground type for the team, hence why we've given it Earthquake. Brick Break and Strength, which again just hard hitting physical type moves. Ability Rock Head if you did want to somehow run Double Edge, if it does get Double Edge. The only reason we're not running Sturdy is because it's useless in Gen 3 other than surviving sheer colds or fissures or drill runs, and that's only really going to be an issue when it comes to Glacier's Wall Rain, which I don't think it would be clicking sheer cold against a Golem. I 100% think it would be clicking Surf anyway, so again, a bit redundant. But Graveler at 25, and then I've put level 36. I know it's a trade evolution, but the Universal Randomizer, I believe, and I was talking to different people about this, changes trade evolutions to around between 36 and 40 at around a starter level. So I just went, because it's a starter, let's just guesstimate to say that it will evolve at 36. It might be 40, again, it depends on when it evolves for you in your game. Very good mon. I wish it wasn't a trade evolution. I would definitely have used it more. It's a really cool design, especially later on in the Galarian form that I think is really funny as well. Really good Pokemon. It's our starter. It's Golem. On to Pokemon number 2, you guys, and I don't think we could have this guy on not on a rock type team, considering the amount of status that I give it on the channel. We of course have Aggron, the steel rock type, which of course you get Aggron in Granite Cave, so you will have a difficult time with Brawly, but the reason is that this isn't a problem is Brawly is actually skippable. Brawly's skippable. You don't have to fight Brawly until after the 8th gym, so skip Brawly, come back when you can definitely beat him, and just run through him. Like that's the idea behind this. Sturdy ability, again, Rockhead was the other one. Again, you have a sturdy user. It's just the abilities aren't very varied. It's just one of those things. Iron Tail, Rock Tomb, Aerial Ace, Earthquake. Rock Tomb had to give it some kind of rock type move because it doesn't really have another one. Iron Tail for hard hitting stab steel type move. Iron Head unfortunately isn't a thing yet, otherwise it would definitely have Iron Head. Aerial Ace to cover fighting types. You really wouldn't want this thing against a fighting type, but just in case you do somehow outspeed, you can hit it super effectively. And Earthquake by the TM. Golem learns Earthquake by a level up, which is really nice. So we're actually going to give Aggron the Earthquake because again it has base 110 physical attack, Adamant Nature, base 180 physical defense, which means you can stay in against a fighting type because it should take that hit quite well. 70 HP to hopefully average out those defenses. Quite slow, but again, it's a rock type team. They're known for being slow. You're not going to have super fast team, so you need to be able to take those hits. and the special defense will come in a little bit later on, as you'll see. Really solid team member. I've used Aggron multiple times throughout the region. It's absolutely solid. It's our second team member. It is Aggron. On to Pokemon number 3 then, you guys, and if we wasn't already weak to water enough, we definitely are now. I've gone with Magcargo. This thing is an absolute fat meme, but I absolutely love him. I think he's derpy, and he's just so cool. Of course, you find Slugma on the fiery path just after Watson. Actually does really well against Flannery, which is really ironic. Flannery will not be a problem for you at all. You have a Golem and a potential Magcargo. Flame Body, which is really nice if you are having to take those physical hits, and then suddenly, boom, something's burnt and is not going to be able to touch your team at all. Flamethrower, Rock Slide, Sunny Day, Overheat. Let's just set up the sun and hit as hard as humanly possible with that base 80 special attack. We've gone for a Quiet Nature to boost it up, lower the speed. It's got base 30 speed. It doesn't matter if we're losing speed. It's not outspeeding anything. Overheat, again, base 120... Is it base 120, 140? Stupid something move like that for Overheat. Just going to hit something really hard in the sun. Yeah, things are just going to die. Rock Slide, we're not lowering its attack, but it's not going to be a rock type user in this team at all. There are going to be other mons on the team that are going to be your main rock type user. But it's there, it's fire coverage in a region full of water, which means it will have its limited uses, but when it does need to be useful, it definitely can do a specific job for the team. It's a fat meme, we love him. It's our third team member, it's Magcargo. On to Pokemon number 4, and apparently I have indeed just chucked version exclusives out the window. I could not do a team and chuck Lunatone on there after the recent hardcore Nuzlocke. For all of you viewers on the channel that tune into the streams, you know that the absolute magic that was behind our Moon the Lunatone, the absolute love that came from Moon the Lunatone. Meteor Falls, of course. You can run Soul Rock instead if you really wanted to. Levitate ability, which means, you know, you completely lose that ground type weakness. You know, you've got Aggron, 4 times weak to ground. Magcargo, 4 times weak to ground. You know, you don't want things losing to ground types, so Levitate is actually going to be really nice because there are some things that are going to run Earthquake later on. Carmine, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Ice Beam. I didn't want to lower it. If Shadow Ball's there for coverage, you're not clicking Shadow Ball. It's there for coverage. But Carmine, Ice Beam, Psychic, actually this thing, this is your special bulk along with the next mon as well. A few Carmines, base 70 speed isn't awful for a rock type. This thing will surprise a lot of people and actually will put in an absolute decent shift, especially against Drake. Drake has nothing for Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Lunatone because you literally set up a few Calm Minds on the Shelgon when it's clicking Protect, and then you start to Ice Beam and Psychic absolutely everything and things start to die, and it's very amusing. As you can see, no stab rock type move on this thing, we just don't need it. But yeah, Mild Nature, let's lower that physical defense. We don't need another mon with physical defense. We've got an Aggron, a Golem, Magcargo, just physical defense out the absolute wazoo. So we are allowed a mon that's allowed to have less physical defense and more special defense and decent speed. It's surprisingly good. It's surprisingly good, and I urge people to at least give it a go. It's not amazing, but it's decent. Setup is broken, and it can make any mon half decent, and that's exactly what it does for Lunatone. But yeah, it's absolute fat meme. Love Lunatone. Give it a go. It's our 4th team member. It's Lunatone. On to Pokemon number 5 then, you guys, and we have something that isn't weak to water. I really wish this thing got Storm Drain in Generation 3. It would have been so helpful. But nonetheless, we have Cradilly this time around. Ancient Power, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Toxic with the Sassy Nature again. More special defense because it is severely needed to deal with those water types. Lowered speed because, again, it's the lowest stat. We're not really worried about outspeeding things. Giga Drain is really nice recovery. Again, Toxic mixed with Giga Drain, nice recovery. Sludge Bomb is physical, base 81 physical attack, base 81 special defense. Does a pretty good job. Ancient Power, try and get the boosts, because why not? We love trying to get the boosts. It was a really toss-up between Armaldo and Cradilly, but I thought looking at movesets, looking at weaknesses, is we need something that wasn't completely weak to water. So Cradilly was literally the best option in terms of good special defense as well. Nice synergy with Lunatone with the Calm Minding and the cut recovery with Toxic and Giga Drain as well. So some two bulky mons to be able to mix up the team a little bit. It is a bit of a meme mon. It is difficult to use. Do give it time. Do give it a chance. You are going to need to be able to use it. Again, like I say, dealing with those water types is going to be difficult. So please make sure that you are aware of how you're using it and what it should be doing. It's a great team member. It's so derpy looking, and just it is quite fun to use. It's our 5th team member. It is great dealing. On to the final team member, you guys, and if this team wasn't already fat memes, it is now. We have got the most depressing mon in Pokemon history. We have Relicanth. Yeah, this thing, again, you want something that's not completely weak to water. Being water type means that water is neutral. Swift swim ability, so I've given it Rain Dance. Why not? Because then that speed goes to base 110, because why the hell not? This thing's quite bulky, which is quite nice. Minus special defense nature, because you're not going to be taking a grass type move anyway. Not that there's many grass types within the game. Up physical attack, because again, we want to be trying to hit as hard as we possibly can with those rock type moves, Nature Power and Rock 2, which he both learns via level up, which is really nice. 45 special attack, so you know, you kind of need the rain to boost up that surf. It's a last ditch effort, Amon. I'm not gonna lie, this team is just full of absolute memes, but it'll be a good fun run for you to play through with and genuinely try to see how well you can do. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's something different, and I really want people to give it a go and give it a try and tell me how they found it, because it's something different. And, you know, it's playing through the same games over and over again because, you know, we love the series and we love the games and we do play them multiple times, and it's trying to make them different and trying to add some variety. And doing stuff like this, I think, does add that variety. It adds that different change that you can do. But yeah, it's our final team member. He's miserable, but he's worth a shot. It's Relicanth. Alright then, you guys, so that's going to be it for our Pokemon team builder built around Roxanne. If you have enjoyed, make sure to smash the like button on today's video. Subscribe if you are brand new. Turn notifications on, of course. I'm doing my absolute best to try and get content for you guys Monday to Friday. If it's team builder, if it's a short, if it's a live stream, I'm doing my absolute best alongside working full time to get you that content. So I really do appreciate if you can like and subscribe. It's completely free. It costs nothing. If you do want to support the channel further, you can also consider becoming a member of the channel and get the additional perks, badges, emotes, and all that good stuff for the channel as well. But with that being said, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!